Hi everyone, my name is Ray and welcome to my YouTube channel. A lot of you have been commenting and asking what is the best way or the ultimate way to break a fast in the healthiest manner. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes in breaking a fast, and they can be as hurtful as just staying at home and being sick, and sometimes you actually have to go to the hospital. So this video is all about how I can avoid these type of mistakes. So stay tuned. So, after we have prepared for our fast, done our fast, now how can we break it? Now again, if it's a very short fast, it's not that difficult to break it. In other words, if it's just a 24-hour fast, you can pretty much do whatever it is that you want. But if we're talking about something that is a little bit longer than a 24-hour fast, like a 48-hour fast and sometimes a 10-day water fast or a 7-day dry fast, then you really have to break it properly to avoid any physical injuries. Now, what we usually do in my retreats is in the first day, right after we finish the dry fast, and again, this is the dry fast, the first day is just about water. So we usually end it in the middle of the day. The first 2 hours, we take only one glass, a regular glass of water every half an hour for 2 hours. That means 4 cups of water. Now, the immediate response of the body is, I want more, I want more. No, the water will ground you, especially after an extended dry fast. And in my retreats, we do 4 days dry fast altogether. So what I'm talking about is 2 hours of only water, and then as much water as you want. Each person or each individual will already know if he wants more water or not. The body will claim that water. The dry throat will continue being dry for an extended period of time, sometimes a few hours, sometimes even until the next day. Because if you went 4 days or even longer on dry fasting, what's going to happen is that the body actually stops the tongue from being wet in order for it not to waste any water. So the first day, just water. Some people can go for herbal teas, and I'm not talking about the black tea or anything like that, just herbal teas. It means water, warm water with mint leaves or anything like that. That's fine, but remain on water. Second day, diluted juices. Now, we're talking about the people that want to have a change in their life, a fundamental change in the relationship with food. Because what you're going to find is right after a fast, whether it be a water fast or a dry fast, an extended fast, what you're going to find is that you want to take in a lot more. You're going to go binge eating, for a lot of you, because it will begin by something small, and then anything that you fantasized about during the fast itself, that's going to come, and then you're going to go for the bad stuff, because you're going to, in some way, you're going to rebalance everything that you've lost. So, if you want to have a different relationship with food, this is the proper way. So the second day, after the day that we had only water, we're going to go for fruit juice alone. It's better to have, your own fruit juice. It's better to have organic fruit while you're doing it, making it by yourself. But it's not mandatory in any way. If you want to go and buy something outside, it's better to buy the healthiest stuff, because you just came out of a fast. The new water that is coming in is the water that's going to replace the deep water that has come out during the fast itself. So usually we dilute it 50% in the morning, and then in the second half of the day already going for the 100%. Now, if we're talking about a very extended dry fast that you just came from, I would even stretch it a little longer. So 1 day of 50-50 diluted, in other words, 50% juice, 50% water. Now remember, the juice itself is already made of 70, 80, 90% water, because we're talking about without the fibers. We're talking about not a shake or anything like that. We're talking about the juice itself. So a carrot has 70% water, a cucumber has 90% water, an orange also something around between those two. So when you're diluting it, what you're actually getting is a lot of water and very little essence for the taste, for the body to get used to it again. And after the day of diluted, or the time that you went to 100% juice, then you can move on to fruits, and then you can move on to heavier materials. In other words, anything that you want. I do say refrain from eating anything that is like meat or anything that is like dairy product in the first few days, just for your health. But other people that are going to be binge eating anyway, you're gonna suffer through it and understand. This is the physical food part. The other part is about physical activity. Now, if you're already in good shape, some of you will notice that already a day after the dry fast or after the extended fast, when you want to break it, you can already go jogging a little bit, you can already do some push-ups and everything, you can already make love, you can already go to work, everything is kind of becoming normal, but gradual. Okay, because what's going to happen if you're going to go, you're going to do the physical activity that you're used to doing at 100% capacity, you might faint in the end, or you might have to have a siesta afterwards, or you might feel like completely dead. Let your body rest a little bit longer, do it gradual, do some physical activity. It can begin with something as small as just taking a walk out in the woods, but it can also be do whatever it is that you're used to doing. Surfing, kite surfing, snowboarding, anything that you want, but just know that your body has just finished something. Think about it like you just came out of the hospital. You were just treated, you just went under surgery, and now you have to rest just a little bit. Okay? So these are the two basic principles of breaking a fast. The first one is the physical, whatever it is that I'm eating, and the second one is about my activity. And of course, the third aspect is the spiritual or the self. In other words, you just came out of an inner journey, because an extended fast is an inner journey. Doesn't matter how you look at it. So some people outside in society, maybe your family members, maybe your colleagues, are taking away your energy. So maybe you should know to stay a little bit more at home, or take another day off work, or don't go out to public places like malls and stuff like that, where there's a lot of noise and a lot of different energies, because people have an energy field around them that emanates their thoughts and their emotions, and it can be quite confusing for people who are introverts or people who are super sensitive. So those are the three aspects: the physical aspect, the spiritual aspect, and the physical activity aspect. These are everything that I can tell you guys about breaking a fast. This is what we usually do also in my retreats. I told you about the drinking water and then the juice. We also take physical activity very, very slowly every day in the morning, about an hour of yoga, more stretches, Falun Dafa exercises, and then we move into more difficult exercises a day after, 2 days after, so the person can see that he can use the same body and the same strength with minimal amount of food, and with no food whatsoever, with just a little bit of juice every day. So if you have any comments, any things that you want to add for other people to learn from your own path, from your own experience, please write them down in the comments below. And I will see you in my next video. Namaste, my friends, and hello from freezing cold Spain right now.